So students, we are here to discuss, we at Ekagraa Academy, we are here to discuss an important aspect of GS3 paper, which includes your economic development, science and technology, and we are here to discuss important themes which are expected in this year's UPSC mains examination. Alright, so these themes are very important as far as paper 3 is considered. Now let's just discuss what type of questions can be expected as far as GS3 is considered. Look at question number 1. Analyze how public expenditure on social services post reforms have aligned with the goal of inclusive growth in India. So now the major theme here to note is what are the public expenditure on social services that has taken place as far as inclusive growth is considered. So these are the important themes out here which you can focus on to as far as our social service sector is considered. Understood? Alright. Now look at the question number 2. What are the causes of persistent high food inflation in India? Evaluate the effectiveness of RBI's monetary policy in controlling such inflation. So inflation is a very important theme as far as GS3 is considered. Not only that, food security has been the highlight in the recent years, where UPSC is focusing on how high food inflation or food security can be controlled or achieved by using various monetary policies of RBI. So this is a theme that you need to take into consideration as far as GS3 is considered. Now look at question number 3. Assess the role of MSME in India's economic growth and employment generation. What are the key challenges they face and how they can be mitigated? Now this is a very recurrent theme that one need to focus on to as far as MSME and employment relation is considered. Understood? So this is a very important theme where UPSC has always been focusing on to. So this theme that needs to be taken into consideration. Now look at the question number 4. Evaluate the challenges in cotton productivity in India and the role of mission of cotton productivity in addressing them. Now we know BT cotton has been in the news for a while, and this particular issue or this particular theme needs to be understood. So what is the current pattern? Which are the crops currently in the news as far as cotton is considered? We can also think about sugarcane. What are the problems of sugarcane, which has already been previously asked by UPSC. So this theme needs to be taken into consideration. The crux here is which is the current crop and what are the current challenges that the country is facing throughout. So this becomes an important theme that needs to be highlighted. Next, doubling farmers' income requires more than yield growth. Discuss the role of diversification, value addition, and agri infrastructure in achieving this goal. Now this theme is also very important, not only from this perspective, but again essay related important theme. This is doubling farmers income, how inclusive growth, how diversification, crop diversification as well as value addition can be done. So this is a very important theme. Here important statistical data can be added and can be answered this type of questions. So this is very important. Now if you look at the other questions as far as science and technology is considered, so this is a recent theme that there's a very high chance of UPSC asking this particular theme. That is nothing but role of nanotechnology. What is the role of nanotechnology in medical applications, drug delivery systems? What are the potential health risks, regulatory issues, and so on? So here, nanotechnology becomes an important field of current discussion, which has a high probability to come in the exam as well. Understood? So nanotechnology. Discuss the opportunities and challenges of integrating AI. Now AI, we know it is the talk of the hour, and AI definitely UPSC had asked questions in prelims. Very likely chances to be asked in the mains as well. What are the challenges that the country is facing, and how can we integrate AI in public delivery systems in India? So this is a very important theme that one should take a note of. All right. Next, look at question number 8. A reverse purity is the first casualty of unchecked progress. Discuss the challenges in implementing wastewater treatment to curb river pollution. Now recently there have been various laws that have been passed by the government regarding solid waste management or wastewater management in India. So this particular theme needs to be addressed, needs to be analyzed in a much more lucid way. Question number 9, if it assess the impact of deforestation on biodiversity and climate change in India and outline government initiatives to mitigate these effects. Now, this is a question, this is quite general in nature, but again, like I said, here what is more important to assess and analyze is what are the current steps that is taken up by the government to address this particular issue of deforestation and climate change. That is what is important as far as UPSC is considered. Indigenous defense technology plays a critical role in enhancing India's strategic autonomy, discuss its significance in the current security landscape. Now, we know that this year, probably since the last 2-3 years, India is facing huge amount of challenges when it comes to internal or defense security, and multiple developments have taken place in the recent times as far as defense technology is considered, be it make in India. So we need to focus from that perspective as well, and this is a theme that student needs to focus on to. All right, next, moving on, if we look at section B. If we look at section B, RBI's push towards central bank digital currency marks a new phase in financial innovation. Discuss the opportunities and risk for India's monetary policy and financial inclusion. So, Digital India Mission plays a very important role, and that's the crux or the theme that one need to focus on to. That what digital developments are done by the government as far as RBI's central bank digital currency is considered. This needs to be taken into consideration. What challenges that currently the world is facing or the country is facing, and what advantage the government will have once it introduces these type of currencies into the market. So this is the crux that one need to focus on to. Economic growth concentrated in few states undermines the federal balance. Critically analyze India's strategy for reducing regional disparities in development. Right? So this needs to be analyzed. One particular state is performing quite well, the other is not. So how to address this issue of regional disparity, what step government has taken in this particular regard, we need to focus on that. Logistic is the backbone of economic efficiency. Evaluate how improvements in logistic infrastructure and policy can propel towards India's becoming a developed economy. Now, this is again a very important topic as far as current and mains is considered. Logistic infrastructure needs to be focused on to, delivery system needs to be improved, and that will ultimately effectively make our economy into a developed economy. All right, so this needs to be focused. The rising frequency of extreme weather events pose new risk to agriculture. Assess the effectiveness of Pradhan Mantri Fasal Bima Yojana in providing climate risk coverage. Now, like again, this is a climate and economy related question that one need to focus on to, and how climate smart agriculture, zero waste, zero tillage farming, plus this kind of schemes, how it help in achieving or addressing the issues of agriculture in relation to climate change. That crux needs to be analyzed. The private sector is no longer, if you look at the question, the private sector is no longer just a participant but a driver in India's space program. Analyze this transformation in the context of in-space reforms and recent private launches. Now, we know that after Make in India, there have been multiple public-private partnership or private sector who are supplying components to space programs, and not only just supplying it, but also being a main key driver in achieving success as far as anthrics and other space reforms are considered. So we need to analyze what are the recent developments as far as private partnership into space is considered. That needs to be analyzed. Question number 5. Look at question number 6. India's net zero by 2070 target must align growth with sustainability. Critically discuss how green investment can drive this transition and the policy requisite for a balanced approach. So here, sustainability, net zero plus green investment, these are the key areas that one need to focus as far as sustainable development is considered. Understood? So that's the crux that one need to focus on to. Examine current flood management strategies in Indian cities. Are they effective? What improvements are needed in flood risk management? Now, this becomes very, very important as far as climate, as far as disaster management is considered. So, what is the organizational setup? How government effectively can increase their capacity building, and what needs to be done to mitigate flood risk management and so on. Understood? So, these are the current areas which you need to focus on to. All right, heat waves, again climate based question. Heat waves are emerging as India's next big public health and economic challenge. Discuss the causes, impact, and mitigation strategy. Now we know that comes development of science and technology. Urban areas are developing. We are creating urban heat islands, and that results in multiple heat waves. What are the heat waves? What are the problems? How they are generated? What steps governments are taking to reduce and mitigate this problem of heat wave? All these are the talk of the town, and this becomes very important as far as UPSC 2025 means is considered. Critically assess the role of Indian intelligence agencies in countering terrorism. Are structural reforms needed to enhance coordination? So again, without a doubt, this particular area becomes very important as far as securing our national borders are considered. What steps government has taken as far as central agencies with their interoperability, that is the crux which you need to focus on to. All right. Last but not the least, discuss the importance of maritime domain awareness of Indo-Pacific strategy with reference to initiative like Information Fusion Center, Indian Ocean region. So again, from a defense perspective, what steps government has taken to strengthen our already strengthened naval fleet? What steps India is taking, not just strengthening our maritime borders, but enhancing its presence and credibility in the Pacific Indian Ocean region as well as in the maritime routes. Understood? So these are the areas that one need to focus on to as far as GS3 is considered. So have a balanced approach between your economics, climate as well as disaster management. Current statistics, current data will play a key role in enhancing your marks and bringing in efficiency in answers. So these are the crux, these are the themes that you need to focus on to. I wish you all the best. I hope you understood this and you have noted down important crux points and the themes that we are conveying it to you. All right. So I wish you all the best. I am sure you all will come out with flying colors. All the best, guys. Thank you so much.